Oh, wait, it's time to take your gaming to the next level. Localhost is your gaming and esports center where you and the squad can play your favorite games on the best gaming gear, meet other gamers, win cash prizes at weekly and monthly tournaments. Learn more at localhost.gg.
Gotta love hosts, especially
Austin,
when they're local.
Bakersfield, Denver, a whole bunch of places. So yeah, in your area, maybe.
Ooh, Philly? Shout out to everybody watching in Philly today.
North Brunswick, Oceanside, St. Louis, even.
St. Louis?
Oh, St. Louis.
How joyous of us to have a worldly ad like that. I'm really enjoying it. St. Louis, Missouri.
When are we gonna get to go to? What is the Smash circuit? The
It'll pay out entirely in Buffalo Wild Wings gift cards.
Right, yeah.
I'll take Greyhound buses everywhere.
When are we going to get to start going to places like Schenectady, New York? You know? That's what I want to know.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Coming up.
Everyone deserves to have the experience. This is why I host my tournament in Prescott, Arizona. Have you heard of Prescott, Arizona?
I have not.
Exactly.
I have not heard of its many joys.
Exactly.
The joy of the Midwest.
It's God's country out there. It's weird. But here we go. We got Guti
versus Codeman. Codeman, one of the best Pichus to ever do it. Probably the best in the game right now. Coming in the tradition of guys like Insane Carzy Guy, if you will. ICG known these days. He has some new school competition from a guy named Monir, who is also amazing, kind of a combo guy with Pichu, but I think Codeman has the most complete skill set of any Pichu player I've ever seen. He does have a bit of a Fox background. He likes to play Fox from time to time in bracket, but a lot of similarities between Pichu and Fox makes that an easy transition.
Poor man's Fox.
Right.
As one might say.
The destitute man's Fox. They have identical ledge dash timings. They operate very similarly in the way that they use their Nair and up smash. And they have similarly really, really good mobility. I'd say one of the Pichu's advantages over Fox is burst movement. And you're going to see a lot of good use of agility, especially on platforms using something called perfect agility, which for those of you who aren't familiar with Pichu is a really, really great way to do a lagless initial zip of that up B, kind of like quick attack canceling in Brawl. You're going to see it a lot as an out of shield option and a platform to ground transition move. Another Young Link on stream. It's going to be tough. Young Link has a lot of mobility, but Pichu just runs circles around pretty much every other low tier, sans maybe Roy or Mewtwo.
Right.
You do a lot of zoning with Nair, a lot of dash dancing. Unfortunately, a glass cannon, though, so you have to pick your moments very, very carefully. Ooh. Tricky angle to get that out of the bomb hit stun. Yeah, another victim of a 1.02 SDI is that Pichu F smash. It's unfortunate. It used to be a really, really good finisher.
It feels so inconsistent, too, you know, whether you're going to get the full hit or whether someone's going to fall out of it and take like 2%.
Yeah, Pichu has really, really good combos and follow-ups, but damage output is just horrible. Main comboing aerial is up air, and that does like 3 to 4% most of the time. The other resource that he has to manage is self-damage on some of his moves. People like to overplay how important that is for Pichu, but it really only comes into play with, I think, fair, getting hit by Thunder on your down B, and then doing the second zip of up B costs you 3 extra %. Or maybe 4, I don't know. I haven't played Pichu in a long time. But yeah, the other resource you have to manage is your Nair staleness. If you have stale Nair, it's harder for you to use it in shield pressure. Low Nair, when it's fresh on shield, is actually completely safe on block. One of the few low tier options that really, really good shield pressure. Great movement in and out of shield to kind of dodge out that boomerang there from Codeman.
Definitely don't want to get hit with the Nair either.
No.
On shield or off shield?
Yeah, it's a really, really good check move to kind of get knockdowns from time to time and just tack on some damage. Whether you do it high or low is one of the few mix-ups that Pichu has in their aerial spacey game in neutral.
Ooh, ready for it.
Yeah, not a lot of landing lag on that up B, but if you choose a bad option when you come out of it when you're landing, it can get punished pretty easily. Now, I haven't heard of Guti's Young Link in a long time. I played it a while back at a friendly sesh here in Austin, but he's more known as a Falcon main. He plays Captain America Falcon.
Ah. Nice little Nair off the ledge there, invincible.
Pichu doesn't have a hitbox on his up B, so you can kind of abuse it a little bit more, and there's a little bit more time to react to where he's going to go between zips.
Right. Oof. Wow, right there, all over that tech on the platform.
You got to hold away and shield that, and you can drop through on the multi-jab, but if you're not ready for it, you can tack on so much damage on a jab reset with that too. Ooh, excellent shield drop up air. Again, a tool that he inherited from Pikachu, but not quite as good because it doesn't have the tail spike hitbox. However, it's one of his few options for getting out of shield pressure on platforms.
Going for some very Fox X-esque stuff here, though, you know, like the nair into following up with an up smash on the platform. That aerial mobility and the speed just makes this look like a decent character, but...
yeah, you have to be careful with how you DI it. If you go too far away, Pichu can just run after you and grab off the nair, which is humiliating, given that grab range. Ooh. Yeah, that tech in place coming into play for Pichu. Pichu has less vulnerability on his tech in place compared to most characters. He only has 2 frames of vulnerability. However, in most tech chasing scenarios, it doesn't actually come into play, and because you're still inactionable for the same amount of time. If you're reaction tech chasing that Pichu, you'll still hit it on the last 2 frames as long as you're timing it at the right moment. It just is a little bit trickier. And there's no reason. I want to make this clear for everybody at home. There's no reason to read a Pichu when you're tech chasing. Those tech rolls are garbage, some of the worst in the game. You just need to react to whether or not you're going to see tech in place, and you can do whatever you want for anything else. Game & Watch is a similar way. Yep. When you see the Pichu plush in the background, a lot of fans of Codeman in the background. I respect that. I'm a huge Codeman fan. I don't want to disrespect Guti, but... Ooh.
Cool.
Getting some strain airs out of shield led to a lot there. A smaller stage is really going to benefit, I think, Pichu here. I'm honestly not sure why Guti chose it, maybe for earlier kills, but Young Link needs a little bit more range to back off, plant some bombs, throw some boomerangs at a farther angle.
You'd think you'd want a little bit more space to set your stuff up, whereas the Pichu needs to throw his tiny little body at you at all times.
Pichu can go for some super swag stuff on Yoshi's too with a Scar jump. One of the few low tiers with a wall jump as well.
God, I wish Pikachu had that. Why didn't they give Pikachu the wall jump
does Pichu forget how to do it when the
What's the deal? And they know that it's a good idea because they did it later. In Ultimate, Pikachu has the wall jump.
It's 2001 was a difficult time. Okay, cargo camo shorts, Jinko jeans, rap rock, Incubus at the top of the charts.
Yeah, that's why it was difficult, right?
In Japan, they were way into Incubus back then. Ooh, babysitting the low option with the bomb forces Codeman to go top, but you saw that immediate landing on the top left from your shield. Very hard to challenge.
Do you remember clear plastic electronics?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I had taste back then, unlike a lot of people.
Wow. You're not better than me, man. What are you talking about?
Who's to say? We'll litigate that upstream. We're going to throw hands upstream. We'll see. Ooh. Good choice to wayland on the platform there. Pichu has surprisingly good vertical mobility in addition to the high airspeed. So you can drop through with surprise nair and do a lot of damage, as long as you can use those platforms for timing mix-ups.
Yeah, Lobo's got hops.
Yeah.
For sure.
Up smash out of shield is a really, really strong option for Pichu. Got some intangibility on the head as well, so it's difficult to challenge. Not quite as good as Pikachu's amazing up smash, one of the best in the game, but still one of the main kill options, especially on a low ceiling stage like Yoshi's.
Kind of reminds me of a Mario Bro up smash a little bit.
Yeah, with less pullback just because Pichu has a more compact hitbox overall, but same idea, yeah.
Right.
You can use it as an anti-air a lot of the time. You'll see it ripped out from Pichu's amazing ledge dash. Like I said, mirror image of Fox's ledge dash. You have to respect Pichu with the ledge just so much. Ooh. Got clipped there. I would have liked to see Codeman go low and refresh intangibility with an early up B grab. If you use the initial frames of Pichu's up B, you can grab ledge from lower and a little bit faster. It's Pichu's only way of getting a fully invincible ledge stall. Although it does cost 1%, so it can't be fully
it's
invincible.
It's not completely invincible.
There's an asterisk on that one. Self-damage is cool, though. You're just activating rage mode, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, you know?
Ooh, 2% from that down air there. Some of these electrical hitboxes, you'll gain more damage depending on how long you have the move out. So if you do a fair or a dare low to the ground, you get it out immediately, you won't take as much damage, but if you let it rip for the whole time, you're going to take a lot. Ooh. Good choice to not go for an easy shield drop there. Young Link could have easily thrown out a preemptive up tilt and gotten a lot off of that opening. So good choice to wave dash out and go back to center stage. Really, really fast-paced matchup from these guys so far. Love to see it.
Ooh. Reaching with the grab, finding nothing.
Yeah, Pichu gets the most frame advantage off of up throw on most characters. There are certain percents where he likes to check chase off down throw, but that's not until very, very late. Right. Most of the time you're going to get up throw nair, especially on a character like Young Link's weight. Yeah, coming down with the down tilt, they're kind of a scrub move, if you ask me.
Jeez,
you deserve to lose it on that one.
I'll throw double nair and that's it. Yoshi's story effect coming through here, too. I don't know if that would have killed on, like, Battlefield, for example.
Like I said, Pichu's damage output's terrible. You really wish you had that up air from Pikachu so you get more of those early gimps in, but it's tough. You have to go a lot deeper, and you have to commit a little bit harder to scope out their double jump if you want to clean up the Pichu.
For sure. There's the Pichu plushie. Very cute.
In the front row, moving up in the world. Love to see it. I'm actually going to check her ticket afterwards. I want to make sure she's sitting there. Full of integrity here. Ooh. You don't have to wait and call out with an up tilt there. You can just turn around and grab again. Pichu's going to tech in place 9 times out of 10. Even with Young Link's tiny tether range, you could have still grabbed the tech roll.
Yeah.
Ooh. Love to see a good non-committal jolt. With no top platforms here, Pichu's going to have a lot more space to throw out those high thunder jolts.
Right.
It actually threatens a little bit more, moves slowly, and does more damage when it's still a ball in the air. Once it hits the ground and goes into shockwaves, not quite as strong, although it is still pretty pesky to deal with. Moving in and out of shield very confidently, and I haven't seen a bomb bobble like that in a long time. I think Pichu's shield hitbox is just very, very low to the ground. Ooh. Holding a bomb so he can do a lot out of hit stun, but the bomb drops at just the wrong moment. He could have been saved there. Yeah. I would have liked to see a glide toss out of shield from Guti there. He didn't need to wait in time. Yeah. Glide toss is actually the fastest way for your Link to throw a bomb out of shield, and you get a slight displacement from when he rolls forward. A lot of people don't think glide toss is in melee, but
really?
It's, yeah.
Rolling and throwing is faster than just throwing.
Yes,
out of shield.
Out of shield.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Good choice to grab ledge there, forcing Guti to go low and throw that bomb early. Oh, rolling out and having so much time. Very punishing. You'd expect Young Link being low to the ground with that chain to be able to grab Pichu on the way away, but really good preemptive roll. Honestly, looked kind of scrubby at first, but he got away with it.
That hurts.
Ooh, looking a little bit too hard for the nair up smashes there. Worked out from the first time, but I'd like to see a little bit more back off. He has the lead here. I think Codeman can afford to play a little bit more patiently, but
absolutely.
He's sitting on a huge lead, and he's going to be in grand finals. I don't want to talk.
But also, are we backing off here in the low tier bracket?
I have opinions too. They are valid. Not quite as valid because I'm not farming this tournament right now. But I want to give credit where credit's due. Sometimes I'm not always right. Ooh. 2 scrubby rolls in a row. Young Link has an amazing spot dodge, so he can throw it out from time to time as a panic option, but unfortunately, he doesn't have that much fast stuff to do out of it. Right. He can rip that down smash from time to time. He can throw out a little bit of a spacing check jab, but there's just not much he can do, aside from spot dodge again. Ooh, scopes it out with the nair there, and Guti, with his back to the wall, you see a little bit of a head shake. He's thinking, Pichu, who's this Codeman guy? Is his name Cody or something? Who names their tag after their name? It just seems so basic. He went for a perfect agility land there, but he got a little bit of a ground scoot. He got it there. Kind of risky to do it off of a double zip because you do take that 5% damage for it, but you go right for him. You have to come in at a steep enough angle from the second zip to get the lagless landing, and Guti, I think, gives up there.
Right.
Good stuff to Codeman. My pick to win the entire tournament, honestly, unless Chrono makes a loser's run. I would love to see Sonora versus Pichu.
3-0.
Yeah. Dominating performance from Codeman. Proving, again, that he's one of the best to ever do it, the character.
Looking nice, for sure.
Very, very, I think one of the things I want to call out is he was super confident moving in and out of shield in that matchup. Pichu, being very, very small, has a decent shield size overall, but because of a lack of range, both on grab and wave dashing out of shield, just not the most distance and things you can threaten immediately.
For sure. The heat map, pretty small.
Yeah. You don't have to respect a lot. You can wave dash back and down tilt as kind of a bit of a spacing check, and you keep that low profile going, but aside from that, you usually have to make a read on whatever timing you're going to do when you move out of shield.
Right.
That is another good opportunity to use perfect agility, too, from a grounded shield. You have to do a little bit of a jump. If you just do it grounded side to side, it won't work. But if you get off the ground just a little bit, you can make it work.